Hey everyone, let's make some English muffins this morning. This recipe is sourdough, but the technique that you'll be able to see how I roll these out will be about the same if you were to make one with regular flour. So I, mixed up the dough the night before and let it ferment on the counter all night long, and then I just popped that out as you saw. That fancy flip of the lid was pretty cool. So I wanted to show you this pretty easy technique of cutting out the English muffins themselves. I'm using stainless steel cookie cutters, and the size that I like to pick is a 3-inch. It just seems to be a great size to hold in your hand when you're eating, even for kids and stuff like that. So here's the fun part, right? I love touching the dough and patting it out, and so I'm just kind of getting it to a certain thickness. It's about let's see. Look at, there we go. I'm tucking it in, pressing it in. There's always those, parts to keep it circle, right? So I'm kind of wrapping that little tail around, and then I'm able to just keep forming all the circles without having lots of leftover little dough pieces everywhere. So let's continue to watch as I go through and pat out the rest of the dough, or cut out the rest of the dough. I did pat out the dough to about 1 inch thick, and you'll get anywhere between 8 to 10 English muffins. I guess it will depend on how thick or thin you want them, and is what size of cookie cutter you're using. Let's see, look at, so that last one, it's not the prettiest thing, but it's the exact same size as the rest, and it all gets eaten, and it's delicious. So I throw a little cornmeal on top, the bottom if you want, just to make it like it's your typical English muffins. Then we're going to preheat a skillet on medium, and we're going to cook them on each side for a couple minutes, about 4 minutes on each side. They puff up, which is awesome. They make it really nice, and then those are done right now. So that's all you had to do to cook them, is put the lid on. It keeps the steam in and it helps them rise. So now I'm going to show you 2 different ways that we like to eat our English muffins. So the first one is fairly simple. So they just got done. They're still warm. Oh, look at all those. Did you see the steam puff out? Do you see all those little awesome little crevices and stuff like that you can sneak all the butter into? So I'm just putting some butter on there, and then I'm going to use my farmhouse cheddar cheese that I am making constantly with some awesome raw milk. And there you go. So we're just going to layer as much cheese as you want. If you want to add some salt, I love salt. Redmond's real salt is good for you. So I salt a lot of stuff up. But look at that. It's simple, easy. It can be pre-make them. You can warm them up in the oven. You can warm this one up back in the oven. The next one I'm going to show you is the technique of, that's an egg and ham and cheese, whatever you want to call it, English muffin. You can do bacon, or you could do, ham, or nothing. Just do the egg and cheese. So I scrambled the eggs, cooked them in the cast iron with some lard on the bottom, and just kind of pressed them down so they were flat when they were cooked. Threw some cheese on there, put the lid on it to melt. Now I'm using that same 3-inch biscuit cutter, and I'm going to cut all around the cheese slices, and I'm going to assemble them, and then we have a delicious breakfast.